Good morning, everyone. Today is February 28, 1998. We will study about chapter 2. Last week we already finished chapter 1. If you have any question about chapter 1 after class, you can have any question. Since first week we study about realities. We have 4 kinds of realities, right? Citta, consciousness, and Cetasika, mental factors, and Rupa, material properties, and Nibbana. So for the chapter 1, we discuss about consciousness, Citta, right? Today we study about Cetasika. In Bali they call Cetasikas, mental factors or mental state. This Cetasika have 4 kinds of characteristics. We already studied about that, What is their characteristics? Arising together with consciousness, right? We already know that. All this consciousness, all these mental factors, Cetasika, arise together with consciousness. It's number 1, right? Number 2 is perish together with consciousness. The perish is this disappear together, right? Arising together, disappears together with consciousness. Simultaneously, at the same time, right? At the same time. And have the same object as consciousness. If the consciousness takes the visible object, this mental state also takes the visible object as consciousness, and have the same basis as consciousness. If I consciousness based on the I, right? I sensitivity. So this consciousness, or this mental state also based on this I sensitivity as consciousness. So the 4 kind of characteristic, same like as consciousness. That we already know it, since the first week, the first lecture. We already know it. Actually, for this 52 kind of this Cetasika mental factors, there are 4. This explain about the Buddha thought about that. Their characteristic and their function and their manifestation and proximate cause. Everyone, each one, they have 4. Explain about 4. Like this phassa, contact, right? Contact have their characteristic, their function, their manifestation, their proximate cause. So if we study all these things, I'm concerned about all of you. I don't want you to start confused with so many things. Not only one, 52, multiplied by 4. See, very hard to memorize that. So the main thing The very important thing is that we have to just memorize their characteristic. This is enough. We already have here their characteristics.
So, characteristic, manifestation, function, and cause?
Approximate cause. But we just study about one, just enough, right? So here, 52 Chaitasic mental factors we classify as groups, big groups, 3 groups. Here in Bali, Inya Samana 13, right? Ethically is the variable 13. And unwholesome, here Akusala 14, unwholesome 14. And page 2, this is the Sobana Chirasika 25, beautiful factor 25. That's the 3 big groups. So we study one by one. So here, Anya Samana, here 13 factors. So Anya Samana here, the meaning is the ethically variable. This means this 13 kind of the mental factors, they are common to each other. No, they common to each other. That's why we call Anya Samana. Variable. Here, we already know that the characteristic of the mental factors, 4, right? Here, for consciousness, cannot exist apart from is the concomitant, this or Chaitasic mental factor. Not just mind, just conscious arise cannot exist, cannot exist by itself. Should be together with just any one of the mental factors. Just the nature of the mind, our consciousness. And when minds, the consciousness arise, there should be accompanied by this 52 kind of these mental factors. Like this, briefly declassify as the 3, right? The 5 aggregate. They have feeling, perception, right, and mental formation. A feeling is the Vedana, Vedana. So whenever this mind, our consciousness arises, it arises with feeling, Vedana. You see, feeling. When you see something, hear something about eye, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind, you have feeling. This is your feeling, maybe pleasurable feeling, maybe painful feeling, maybe neutral feeling. Right? That's what Vedana is, the one kind of mental factors. See, every time when minds occur, this associated with the Vedana all the time. That depend on the object, the Vedana, the feeling also different. And Sanya is perception. Here, perception. Perception also here is one kind of aggregate, the perception. So you remember it when I talk something, because you already learned since you was young. What is the term mean? The sanya, this mark, memorization, memorize something. The sanya. And Jitasika, we have mental factor 52. But Vedana, one is the Vedana, just the Vedana. Sanya is Sanya. The remaining 50, right? 50, we have 50. We will study about the 50. And 50 is the we call, collectively called Sankhara. Sankhara. Right? The remaining 50 are collectively called Sankhara. Sankhara. So here, even because Sankhara, the most important of them is Chetana, volition. We call it karma, right? It's karma or chetana or volition, that's the same. Chetana is the most important for this sankhara, the 50 kind of the mental factors. So now we go to this among Anyasamana mental factors 13, right? Variable 13. Among them, we divided as the two groups. One group is called Sabbha Citta Sadharana 7, the universal 7. So another one is the Bhakinaka in Bali. The Bhakinaka 6. This occasional 6, or someday translated particulars. A particular or occasional, it's the same, right? 6. Here, Sabbha Citta. Sabbha is mean all. Citta is consciousness. Sadharana is the common. These 7 kind of the universal mental factors common to all consciousness. Whatever consciousness arises, these 7 universal mental factors arise together all the time. That's why we call as the Sabbha Citta Sadharana. Right? This universal 7 is invariably found in every consciousness. Same time, 7. So what are they? We study one by one. Right? So I would like all of you to remember this Phassa, Vedana, Sanya, Chetana, Ekagata, Jividindriya, Manasikara, and Bali, right? And in the meanings, the contact, feeling, perception, volitions, one-pointedness of mind, life faculty, attention. I will order to remember that, So here, we will discuss about Phassa. Phassa here is the meaning, contact. Or touching. Touching is this Phassa's characteristic, touching. A touching is not as a two items touch each other. This is the mental contact, mentally touching. This mentally touching. This phassa, this contact, when an object, present with the consciousness, as eye consciousness, some is a visible form, or this presence to the eye consciousness through just maybe visual object should be through eye, right? Maybe sound should be through ear. So through one of the six senses, contact arises. How we know there's the contact arise? See, let us now you hear me, right? What I talking about? Who are here? It's not you. It's not man, not woman here. Who here? Eye or ear consciousness. This ear consciousness, just hear it. It's not you, not person, right? According to this Abhidhamma, just ear consciousness hears it. For this ear consciousness to occur, what we need? We need three things. Now, three things are essential. One thing is the consciousness. If you don't have mind, you don't have consciousness, you die. You cannot hear it because you're still alive. Now, your consciousness, where you have consciousness, and here you hear the sound, right? And you have your ear sensitivity. These three kind of things make contact, this phassa arises. So we have to take some example to understand what is the phassa contact mean. Or for example, sometimes, someone just bite a sour fruit like lemon to bite in front of us, and then you look at someone who bites the sour lemon, and then your salivas or this contact, mentally contact. It's not lime is not touched with your mouth, but eye mentally contact. That's one thing. Another one's the example. Sometimes we go to circus. They will perform the show, and then maybe someone they walk on the rope, right? And you walk on the sky, right? Tightrope, right? Yes. When you walk, and then when we look at this person, this contact, maybe your leg shaking. This is a phassa, you call contact, touching. This means touching. By mentally, and when we show off your body is shaking. It's for example of, this the phassa. How's the phassa? Is what is phassa mean? Contact mean by mentally. This for example. Another example is many things. Just you think by yourself. This phassa. And number two is the vedana. We use that many times, vedana, feeling. Feeling. This feeling, as I told you, maybe pleasurable feeling, maybe painful feeling, or maybe neutral feeling. It depends on the object, depends on your thought. This feeling. We know that way. The vedana is the feeling, right? Feeling. Anytime now, when you sit on the chair, how you feel? Comfortable? Maybe pleasurable feeling, or maybe neutral feeling. You sit about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and you have to move. Why you have to move? It's the painful feeling arise, and then you have to move. When you move, your pain feelings go away, and then comfortable displeasure feeling.
So is that only physical feeling?
I know this the mental, this not physical. The feeling is no physical, just mental, just mental. But this mental, this feeling, this Vedana is the feeling is the one kind of the mental factors, you know. But this feeling regard to our body, maybe regard to our mind. But really, it's the feeling is the mental factors. It's not the matter, right? It's the feeling, it's the mental factors. It's Vedana is like when the Vedana feeling arises, it's not only one mental factors. There are many concomitants, you know. You see here, Phassa, Vedana, Sanya, 7 universal 7 mental factors arise together, right? Why they call feeling? Why Phassa, Sanya, Chedana, they cannot feel this object? So they arise together, but just a Vedana, just a feeling, just fully enjoy the object, right? Just Vedana as a leader, you know, as the head. He's the fully enjoy this feeling, like a master, right? Like a master who enjoy a dish prepared by a cook. Cook, you know, and finish the already prepared, present to his master, and Mr. fully enjoy it. Like Vedana, but he not eat all, maybe just remain some, and then some will eat later. Something like Vedana is like a master, who fully enjoy this dish prepared by a cook. And here, number 3, Sanya. Sanya here. Sanya here is the perception. See? Sanya, perception. This perception is that anybody wants to recognize an object by way of a mark as this blue, this red, this black, this yellow, this red, just mark, sanya, perception. Just memorize it, right? The sanya. That's why, because sanya is anybody wants to recognize an object by way of a mark as blue, and so on. So here we have to discuss about sanya is the memorization, memorize it, right? Memorize it, remember it, memorize it, mark it. And vinyana, vinyana is the jakhu vinyana, or it's eye consciousness, right? Vinyana is the consciousness. Consciousness knowing the object. Sanya is the marks object, right? Wisdom, panya, is know the object. How is different? Sanya is this the blue one, this red one, this the Mr. John, this Mr.
It's like labeling.
Yeah, this the labeling. It's the Mr. Tom, something like that. Sanya, and vinyana is knowing this person, but panya is the knowing. How different? So we have to take, for example, to differentiate this the sanya, vinyana, and panya, wisdom. So here, sanya is like the mere perception of a goal, just mere perception. No, the mere perception of a gold coin by a child. When a child sees the, or the yellow one, yellow thing, that child knows that as this gold because he used to mark it. It's the gold is look like this, yellow one. When it's sees that yellow thing, it's gold. You have your ring, you have your gold, you put on the table, maybe the child knows that this gold. Because look at the color, that's the child know right away this gold. This perception, just mere perception, just know it's gold.
It's like obvious or apparent?
Yeah, but this child doesn't notice how much is the value. Just knowing it. For the vijnana, vijnana is comparable to ordinary man's knowledge of the goal. Right? Comparable to the ordinary man's knowledge of the goal. So when you see, when you walk somewhere, go to shopping, maybe you see someone's drop their ring or their gold on the road. You say, oh, this gold. Maybe if you sell it, maybe 100, 200, you can get it. You know it. The child doesn't know it, but you know more than the kid, right? Oh, this gold. But you don't know exactly about that. So it look like it's like vijnana, consciousness, right? Vijnana. For the panya is wisdom. Panya is like the analytical knowledge of the goldsmith. The goldsmith. This goldsmith knows the gold in very detail. Sometimes when you have some gold, you don't know what's the value of this gold. You go to goldsmith or you go to the jewelry store, someone will, look at it, all this stuff, how many is the heavy, how much it costs, how much the value, and that person will tell you. That's goldsmith. So the different, just the sanya, vijnana, and panya. Now different perception and consciousness and wisdom. Different level. So, some have good memorization. Sanya and panya is very different, quite different. When you pass your examination, you get your degree. Maybe it's not wisdom. Sanya, good memorization. You memorize it all. So we have to know that. Some good sanya is not good panya, not good wisdom. Panya is that we have to know this kind of thing. It's good, it's bad. It's not should do, it's not should, what is should not do. What is the wholesome, what is unwholesome? What is the meritorious deed? What is the demeritorious deed? If you can classify differently, it's the two kind of thing. It's the wisdom. As you know, you just do all kind of things. It's the good good things, meritorious deed. But this panya, wisdom, a sanya just memorize. Even you get the many degrees, you may have 2 doctor degrees, 3 doctor degrees. Maybe you don't understand what is wholesome, what is unwholesome, what is good or bad. We just like to kill, like to like to drink, something like that. It's not panya, not wisdom. Understand? That is sanya and panya, very different. That's what here sanya, you say here, universal mental factors. Cannot even as the unwholesome consciousness arise, this sanya associated with this unwholesome consciousness. And sometimes maybe Radha Magga, Radha Phala, just the highest state of the consciousness arise, this sanya arise together. That's why we call here anyasmana, equally available cetasika, common to each other. Maybe wholesome consciousness, maybe unwholesome consciousness, maybe resultant consciousness, maybe functional consciousness. It depends. Sanya. And now we go to Chetana. Chetana. Here, Chetana, volition. This volition is the most significant in mundane, lokiya. We have lokiya and lokuttara, right? Mundane, mundane, what is mundane? Sensual sphere, formless sphere, become mundane. This is the most significant in lokiya. Why is the most significant? This mundane thoughts, this lead to accumulate karma. Just accumulate karma. This means Chetana, volition, as we reach the sense sphere consciousness, form sphere consciousness, formless sphere consciousness, this accumulates the karma.
Is that in also functional consciousness, or do they not have that?
All this, they have that. The functional consciousness, they have that, but this the functional consciousness cannot accumulate. They don't have accumulative power, which is arhan. Functional consciousness is arhan. When functional consciousness arises, this Chetana also arises together. But yes, not create karma.
No reaction.
Yeah, no reaction. Even the resultant consciousness cannot create the, karma, because they don't have just the accumulative power. Just that in wholesome consciousness and unwholesome consciousness, this can create karma. So we talk in many times, this karma, this is bad karma, good karma. What is called bad karma? This Chetana, volition, when arise in unwholesome consciousness, you have bad karma. Right? Bad karma. If this Chetana, volition, mental factors arise with wholesome, beautiful, wholesome consciousness, this is good karma, you see. Good karma. It's like a chief disciple, chief disciple. This chief disciple, when you do something, the monitor, the chief disciple, He very active, do something. And lead all his friends to do their job, their duty. So Chetana is like a chief disciple, So for this Chetana, volition coordinates the mental state. Coordinates the mental state associated with itself. That's the chief disciple, right? When we have Chetana volition, like this, right now, when I talk something, you would like to remember that you try to pay attention and get it what I'm talking about. This Chetana, the Chetana, and then Sanya, you memorize what I'm talking about. Sanya, see? But this Chetana is like a chief disciple. And so we know what is karma, right? Karma is the Chetana. Karma is Chetana, Chetana is karma. Same. When we say karma, it means Chetana. So we have good Chetana and bad Chetana here. Good karma, bad karma. And Ekakata, we saw it, right? Jhana, Ekakata, is one kind of Jhananga, Jhana factors, right? Ekakata is the one-pointedness of mind. This Ekakata, concentration on one object. Just focusing the mind on one object, the Ekakata. Whatever you do, here is Ekakata. This is the ordinary Ekakata. Whereas the highly developed cultivates, this Ekakata can become jhana factors, right? Jhana factor. It can become the noble eightfold path, Ekakata, concentration, right? This Ekakata, concentration, now we know that what is mean concentration, this Ekakata. See, Ekakata, one-pointedness of mind. I already told you about this, the simile of this Ekakata. It's like the steady lamp's flame in the windless place. When there's no wind, and we use light candle, it's very steady, right? Just Ekakata. Now, number 6, Jivitindriya. When you do chanting, Patana chanting, Jivitindriyam, this one, in our Patana chanting, right? Jivitindriyam. The Jivitindriya is the life faculty. They have two. In mental state, they have the Jivitindriya, life faculty. In material properties, when we study it later, in the chapter 6, they have the physical life. We have two kind of life. Psychic life, or here we can call life faculty, or physical or psychic life. In the Rupa, chapter 6, we will study material body. They have a physical life. Here, psychic life. This psychic life, this life faculties sustains or control is the co-association. They have the mind, they have this consciousness, and another mental factors to associate together, right? But this Jivitindriya life faculties sustain and control or concomitant.
So like life energy?
Yes, you can call it. It's not energy, just life, just psychic life. It's control. It's the duty, it's function, right? So if we say this Jivitindriya is control, others the consciousness and mental factors, who control is Jivitindriya? What do you think? Like boatman, boatmen depend on boat to go from this side to go to another side, to cross the river. The boatman is depend on the boat. The boat depend on the boatman. The boat also arises. When you take someone to somewhere, you take someone to somewhere, you yourself will reach somewhere too. So, Jivitindriya itself, control itself, to alive. And compared to the boatman. So, we have to know that we have two kinds of the life, psychic life and physical life. Here is the life faculty of psychic life.
So it just means it controls the mind?
Yeah, control the mind and the others mental factors. Look like as a lotus. Lotus are sustained by water. Water is to control lotus, sustain lotus, right? And the infant kid, infant is sustained by nurse. So, mind and is the mental state, mental factor, and material property are controlled by, sustained by Jivitindriya. So this is the nature of this, this Jivitindriya. Verse 7. Manasikara. Attention. Turning the mind towards the object. It looks like we compare to is the charioteer. When he sits sits with the close tension on the two well-trained horses. In those days, we already have Phassa, Vedana, Sanya, Chetana, Ekagata, Jivitindriya, Manasikara. 7, because Sabba, Cheta, Sadharana, or universal mental factors. 7. These sevens are common to every consciousness. Please try to remember that, memorize that. And now we go to Pakinaka, occasional mental factors 6, or we call particulars mental factors 6. Vitakka, we already know that. Vitakka, vichara, right? Vitakka, initial application. Vichara here, sustained application. We already started the chapter 1. Here, vitakka, lifting of the concomitance to the object. Right? Vichara is the continuous exercise of the mind in the object. We already took some example simile about this vitakka and vichara. Too easy to understand. Vitakka, like a bee, right? A bee alighting on a lotus is vitakka. And vichara is look like the gyrating around the lotus, just like vichara. Or another example is the flapping of a bird about to fly. It's the vitakka. It's the blending movement in the sky. It's the vichara. You already know that. Or another example is that when we beating of a drum or a bell, it's the vitakka sounds occur. And reverberation is, reverberation is to like vichara. That's why here lifting of the concomitance to the object is the vitakka. It's the examine the object is the vichara, right? Vitakka, vichara. Adhimokha. Adhimokha. Adhimokha is the decision, choosing, right? The choosing something is characteristic, Just this good, this not good. Just make decision. Dhimokha. That's its duty, its function.
Is that like a judgment?
Yes. Yeah. It's compared to judge. And virya. Virya is the effort. Right? Effort. Energy. Energy. Virya. This energy is not physical energy, just mental energy. Mental energy, virya. If the highly developed, this energy become what? We'll see later, right? Just control the faculties, the factor of enlightenment, the eight noble. Just the noble eightfold part, this is virya with samma vayama, right? Samma vayama, right? Effort here, it's been highly developed, the virya. But this virya here ordinary virya can arise with unwholesome consciousness and also can arise with the wholesome consciousness or resultant or functional depend. A virya is its characteristic is supporting, upholding, sustaining. It looks like the old house is supported by new pillars. In the countryside, the old house, you have to take some pillars to support the old house. As virya, the energy effort also support some the mental factors who arise with this virya. So it's the characteristic is supporting, upholding, or sustaining. And piti, we already know that piti. 5 kinds of piti, right? Piti. This piti create this zest or joy or rapture. Creating an interest in the object is characteristic. We already studied about that. And 13 is the chanda. Chanda, desire, connection. Connection, that's just wish to do any, or have desires to do anything. The desires. Just the connection is the same with desire. Its chanda is the wish to do, is chief characteristic, the wish to do. This compares to this someone stretching up the hands to grasp any object. Chanda, just wish to do, have desire. Chanda.
Is it like intention or is it different?
No, it's different. Just wish to do. Intention is turning the minds toward the object. Here, just stretching the hands to grasp an object. Yes, a little different, their characteristic, their nature. The chanda, we have 3 kinds of chanda. 3 kinds of chanda. Yes, or sensual craving. This one kind of chanda. Sensual craving. We would like to see something, you want to, or watch TV, we have to hear a song, something like that, just a sensual craving. This one kind of chanda. And second one is the mere wish to do, just wish to do. Mere wish to do something. This chanda too. And the third one is the righteous wish. It's concerned about Dhamma. When you do any generosity, we want to observe our precept, good conduct. We want to sit meditation. when you renounce the world, become a nun or become a monk, because righteous wish, right? This the righteous wish is makes the Prince Siddhartha to renounce the world, renounce the royal pleasures, because of this righteous wish. Huh? Do you have this wish? Not yet. Huh? When this righteous wish occur in your mind, and then you want to renounce the world's pleasure, is get away from this world, and maybe you will become a nun or become a monk, because the righteous wish. The three kind of chanda, three kind of desire. Right? Some, I want to eat or something. Where I have to go? What restaurant I have to go? What kind of chanda, sensual craving? Just oh, I want to eat. I don't want to go. Just wish, just wish to do, but you don't do that. Just very small chanda, small desire. So we have three kind of desire.
Is it any wish to do any physical thing, like even listening to music?
Yes, just the sensual craving. We have five kind of sensual object, right? About the visible object, about sound, odor, taste, touching. These five kind of things are sensual object. If you wish to get this thing we call sensual craving or sensual desire.
So is it safe to say then that Chaitanya volition is the ability or the power to have a desire?
Oh, it's not you mean the Jidana volition. Volition is the one kind of mental factor. This this is the function, like the achieve desirable and guides the others, like the desires to arise. Yeah. But just do is our function, just finish, and then desire. Yeah. But all this kind of mental factor, it's not arise one by one. It's not like that. At the same time. But we study about their nature, their characteristic. They arise occur together at the same time. See, or arising together at the same time and disappear at the same time, but different. Combination. So now we already study universal mental factor 7 and occasional 6 together, 13. These 13 are called equally variable 13, or in Bali, Inya Samana Jedasika.
What makes these two different? What makes the universals and the occasionals?
Oh yes, they are very different. Because later we will study in detail. This universal 7 is common to every consciousness. But this occasional 6, sometimes in unwholesome, sometimes in wholesome, sometimes it's the resultant consciousness, sometimes actually with the functional consciousness. But it's not all, it's some of them. This is called occasional.
Or maybe none of them.
Oh yes, yeah. That's why we classify it as two groups, two groups, easy to remember. If 1 to 7, whatever conscious occur, they arise together. But for the 6, depend.
And the reason why we call them ethically variable is because they're under the control of
Or this they are common to each other. They common to each other. Or this you means
In other words,
or ethically yes.
call them ethically variable because you can change them.
This sometimes yes they will arise with the unwholesome consciousness. Sometimes wholesome consciousness, this common to each other, wholesome and unwholesome. That's why we call ethically variable.
So depending on the combination, they could
Ah,
be
yeah.
wholesome
Ah,
or
yeah,
unwholesome. So
yeah.
that's what I think.
Yeah.
Can you say that it depends on what you choose to do?
Or we cannot choose. We depend on the consciousness. For the seven kind of the universal or mental factors, whatever consciousness arises, this must be arise. Yeah, always arise with consciousness. That's why we have the even contact, feeling, perception, volition. We have good and bad. You see, good and bad. Depend. Even your attention, you try to kill someone, you have attention too. This tension as with unwholesome consciousness, right? Just dosa, right? Dominasa, rooted by evil. So you have to pay attention to do that. Otherwise, you cannot kill someone. So when we do something, even you sit meditation, you have attention, right? So we need that. So depend. Now we go to agusala. This agusala 14 is unwholesome consciousness 14. This 14 kind of mental factor just arise in unwholesome consciousness. You need to look at the rootless consciousness, this beautiful consciousness. Just unwholesome consciousness 12, right? So this unwholesome consciousness or this unwholesome mental factors 14, this arise with unwholesome consciousness 12. Called unwholesome mental factors. And here, moha, ahirika, anodabba, uddhaja. These are four kind of mental factors. What we call sabba, kusala, sadharana. Sabba, kusala, agusala, sabba agusala. Right? Sabba kusala is mean unwholesome, universal mental factors. Whatever unwholesome consciousness arise, 12, right? These are the four kind of mental factors arise together all the time.